Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh Echad Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh Echad Shemai Yasharallah Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh Echad. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, 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 Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops, Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the house of David the elect, beginning with the 144,000. All right, as well as the 1/3 and the innumerable multitude of Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, because Israel is everywhere on the planet now. Not only in the Americas. Israel has been scattered all throughout the planet. So when Yahweh Shah comes back, he's going to deliver our people from everywhere on the globe. Okay. And I pray this is going to be edifying, man. Lord willing. Okay, Lord willing, this is going to be edifying, to you hopeful elect out there. We don't realize how much we have lost. We don't realize how much we have lost. Okay, and I did a test before I started this up. Y'all let me know if it's still clear. Please, Baba Kusha, let me know if the feed is good. Let me know if we clear. You know what I'm saying? Because what I want to do, I want to show some information in this video. Okay. Okay, I see two sisters. One sister, she has said, I'm good to go. Okay, so Lord willing is good on everybody in, all right? Lord willing. Okay. And I have a lot of info. I'm not going to be able to get to it all because I want to keep it, as concise as possible, man. Just like Scripture speak about, understanding much in few words, or comprehending in few words. I'm paraphrasing. I know it's in the Apocrypha, but basically using few words to get my point across. Okay. Because that's what our Lord did. That's what Yahweh Shah did. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into this, man. I pray it's going to be edifying. We don't realize how much we lost. So I'm going to put this camera up. I'm going to take it down in a minute, but I'm going to read some scriptures. Start off reading some scriptures, okay? You're going to do that first. Just read a little bit. You know what? It's in the camera. It is what it is. It'll be all right. I've been wanting to have a clean background, but it is what it is. We're going to go to the book of Job, okay? The book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. And that's what we did when we came into this truth. when we came into the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we prepared ourselves for the search of our fathers, want to know who we are, this is who we really are. You know what I'm saying? So we did that, We prepared ourselves for the search of our fathers. Okay? Who are we really? What do we go back to? Who do we truly descend from? Where do we come from? Okay? These are the questions we had, and they were answered by way of the Holy Spirit. So reading it again in Job chapter 8 and verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. And we did that. Okay? Get another scripture, and we're going to get started. This is the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 16. Thus saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Once again, who are we? Where do we come from? Who do we truly descend from? Who are our forefathers? According to the Bible. Stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way, and walk therein? And ye shall find rest for your souls. Right. And see, this leads me to this right here. Some of you know about it, some of you don't. Get it as close to the camera as I can. All right, but this is what's called the Decalogue stone. Okay. And you also have one in Los Lunas, New Mexico. But as you look at this stone, but it's supposed to be Moses in the middle. He's holding the 10 Commandments. But there's what's called block Hebrew around Moses, or Masha, as he's properly named in the Bible. Okay, according to the Hebrew, which this is what's called block Hebrew around him. This is basically the Assyrian Hebrew, and it's slightly different. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't the original. This is a replica. Because I actually had went up there, to Ohio. I went to the location where the original stone is located. I did a lesson on it some years back, and that channel was removed, so I don't have that lesson anymore. But I was blessed to see it for myself. I'm just into doing that. We into doing different own locations, things of that sort. But once again, this is a replica of that stone. This is a replica. But basically, you see that there's Assyrian Hebrew, man. Assyrian Hebrew, surrounding Moses. And Moses, when you see him, he has an afro. He has an afro, he has a beard, he has a garment on, and he's holding the 10 Commandments. All right? But you can't get around it, bro. This is Hebrew on this stone. When you look at it. And I've had it for a while. So, the back of it is chipped. I went through the process of moving, and, accidents happen. But basically, you look at this stone, and I did a lesson going into how these are the 10 Commandments written on this stone. I translated it for myself. So that's also how I know. But it's Hebrew writing all around the stone, bro. And once again, we don't realize how much we lost, because part of us losing our identity, losing our nationality, is us losing our language. You losing your identity, you losing yourself. You lost everything that was attached to you. You lost everything that was attached to you and your people. You know? And the main part of that is our language, the language that we lost. Our language, the Hebrew. And that's why we be telling these different camps, we do know the Hebrew. We do have the Hebrew. And they can say what they want to say. That just means that the Lord didn't choose them. Okay? Now, and I have paper scattered everywhere, bro. So bear with me, Baba Kusha. Which Baba Kusha means please, okay? Please bear with me. Like I said, dealing with this stone here, in older lessons, I translated it myself, so I know exactly what it is. You know, you'll have Edomites out there that, you know, they'll claim that that's a hoax, you know, because this stone was found in what's called an Indian burial mound, you know. So, you know, you had the tribe of Gad, more than likely it was the tribe of Gad, so-called North American Indians, you know. And there were different, you could say, cultures throughout North America. You had the Mississippian culture. You had the, how do you say that word? Adean, if I'm not mistaken, that's how you say it. But that particular culture, you have the Hopewell culture, etc. And I want to say this is dealing with the Hopewell culture, you know, and I have papers on it. But basically, this was found in a burial mound, you know. Gad left it there. Who are Gad? So-called North American Indians. And this is how we know that Gad, you know, are the tribes. You know, they're a part of the tribes of Israel. So-called North American Indians. Because why did they leave this town? And this is what's called Block Hebrew. It's the Assyrian Hebrew. Okay? Once again, this is a replica. This isn't the original, but I'm just making a point in this video. All right? Now, and for more info on this, this is called the Ohio Decalogue Stone. You know what I'm saying? You can look it up yourself. All right? But yeah, like I said, some years back, I went and translated it myself. So this is how I know. You know, we do our own research, bro. So you cannot tell us that's not what it is. It is the Hebrew. And I'm going to say it, man. IUIC going to be destroyed, man. Unless they repent, you know. But it don't look like they're going to repent. They too proud. Beginning with their leader, Bishop Nathaniel. Or Commander General, whatever he wants to be. He's exceeding proud. All right? Once again, you see this for yourself. All right? This is called the Ohio Decalogue Stone. Well, maybe Nate thinks this is a hoax. You know, maybe he thinks like Esau does. But it's not a hoax. This is the Ohio Decalogue Stone. It's supposed to be Moses in the middle, Masha, which Masha means drawn out, you know, drawn out the water. You know, he has an afro. He's wearing a garment, and he's holding 10 commandments, and he's surrounded by Block Hebrew all over the stone. You know? And Salaki, man, I wish I could show you better in the light. You know, I can only show so much. And once again, it's chipped. But it's plain, bro. You know, it's Hebrew all over the stone. Okay? You can't tell me nothing because I went there to Ohio myself. You know? And I did an own location presentation, you know? And we don't got to prove nothing to any of these guys, you know? But we like getting into that really for ourselves, you know? We do it for us, you know, and for the body. For those y'all that do believe, you know? And as you can see, it says the Decalogue alphabet. It's showing you what's written on this stone is the Assyrian Hebrew. or what's called the Aramaic. Okay, it looks slightly different on the stone, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing, bro. Okay, and once again, going maybe like what 3 or 4 years back, maybe a little longer. I translated the words, man. I translated the characters on the stone. Okay, which it was the Holy Spirit using me. I'm not taking the credit for it, but that is the Hebrew. And what's funny? IUIC are so big on the commandments, bro. You got the 10 commandments on that stone. Should I show the stone again? The 10 commandments are on this stone. And Salakia, man, I know the light ain't that good. I'm showing as best as I can. All right. Lord with us a little bit better as I lean it back. Like that old Fat Joe song. But yeah, man. That's Hebrew right there. All over the stone, bro. The commandments. IUIC, the commandments. Written in Hebrew. So there you have the commandments, but it's written in our language. Which, to be more exact, the Aramaic or the Assyrian Hebrew, that's not the original Hebrew. That's not our direct language, but our people did speak and write in it because the Northern Kingdom, they went into the Assyrian captivity. That's why they wrote in Assyrian Hebrew. And really, it's just good sense. It's common sense, man. Well, common sense ain't that common, The Northern Kingdom, in particular, the tribe of Gad, so-called North American Indians, they wrote in the Assyrian Hebrew because they went in the Assyrian captivity. And they left, a little history for you in their burial mound in Ohio. Okay? You also have what's called the Bat Creek Stone. Okay? And that was found in Bat Creek, Tennessee. It was found in a burial mound. Okay? Once again, just showing you what's on that stone. This is what's written on that stone, but this is the translation of it. Okay? It's the commandments. So it's not a damn hoax. Edom. And to you other camps that don't believe, well, it ain't hoax. All right? And Esau, Edom is mad as hell that we're connected back to our language. All right. Now that's it on that. And let's see here. What else I had wanted to show? Because it's a good amount of information I'm surrounded by. But another point I wanted to make, dealing with how, me and the elder brother Banyumyan, so I can find that image real quick. We had went to Las Lunas, New Mexico years ago. And, we saw the 10 Commandment stone. And it was in an area that was called Hidden Mountain, which I find that to be spiritual. Okay. And Bible Shop, y'all give me a second, because I want to find it for y'all. All right. Now I have the picture of me and him. We took a picture by that stone. But also we broke it down. We translated that stone. Okay. And in Las Lunas, New Mexico. And I want to say Bishop Nathaniel, it was either him or a member of his congregation. They actually made fun of us for going to this stone. Because it was one particular time, I want to say IUIC had their Feast of Tabernacles, and basically they was talking about the name of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, but they pointed to a rock, and it was supposed to be the name Yahweh on the rock, but they was making fun of the name, and I think the reason why they was doing that because they was making fun of me and Elder Bun, bro. Because we had went to Los Lunas, New Mexico. New Mexico. All right, and we saw this stone for ourselves, and we went into it. You know, Spirit got on us to do a lesson there, and it was very difficult to even find a spot. Actually, we had got lost looking for the place. You know, and pretty much we had this Issacharite travel guide. This Issacharite brother, he led us there. And you know, it's spiritual because most people cannot find this spot. Most people get lost. You know? So it was a blessing that the Lord allowed me and Elder Bun to go there, man. You know, me and the beloved Elder Brother Bun Yum Yum, we was blessed to go there. It was hard to find. You know, we pretty much went on an odyssey. You know, this quest. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord blessed us to find it. All right. And once again, once we went there to this stone, we translated it. You know? And forgive my writing. You know, it's a little chicken scratch, but nonetheless, the point is there. We translated every word on that rock, and it is the Hebrew, bro. It's the Hebrew, and it's the 10 Commandments. Just like what you have in Ohio. You know, the Ohio Decalogue stone. It's the 10 Commandments written in Hebrew. But the difference, this is the Assyrian or the Aramaic, what's called Block Hebrew, and this is the Paleo right here. You know, this is our language. You know, what we spoke and wrote in. You know, this is the Paleo. All right. So it's not a myth. It's not a hoax. Okay. It's not Hebronics. You know, Jake want to make fun of the language. And how stupid could you be? You making fun of your own language. You like a black Edomite, man. You know, Ebonics, Hebronics. You know, you a demon. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what name will you call on when all hell break loose? Because God and Christ ain't going to work. Ain't nobody going to pick that phone up. The Heavenly Father is not going to answer to God and Christ. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Those are the names, bro. Okay? But just, you know, showing a little bit of history, and this is history you can find in the Americas, proving that the Northern Kingdom are the Israelites. You know, those are our people, man. And Israel, once again, we've been scattered all throughout the earth, you know, but we know that our people are mainly here in the Americas, specifically North America, Babylon the Great, because the greatest deliverance is going to take place here. And once again, when Yahweh Shai come back, he's going to save us from everywhere we've been scattered, you know, from all over the earth. But that main place for deliverance is going to be North America, because it's that new Egypt. It's spiritual Egypt, man. You know? And showing some other things, all right? The Spirit got on me, man. I was thinking about Issachar, the tribe of Issachar, which, before we get that, I want to read in this book here, The Origins of the American Indians, European Concepts, 1492 to 1729 by Lee Eldridge Huddleston. Okay? This is a must buy. It's a must buy, excuse me. It's a must buy because it's much in this book. Okay? Certain books we collect, you know what I'm saying, as prophets and believers. Okay? Which these damn devils, they know the truth. They know the truth. Now, a lot of our people want to, you know, come up against the truth, but Edom, no. They been knew. The thing is, we just finding out, man. But they been knew about it. All right? Hey, just like dealing with the Newark Holy Stones, because you got this stone here, but it's also a keystone as well. And I had the replica of that too. But like I said, I had moved and I lost, you know, a few things. This I just got chipped in the back because I was moving. But you have the Decalogue stone, and then you also have the keystone. And This is Aramaic, or what's called Block Hebrew, you know, and on the keystone, it's Aramaic as well. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'll show some examples of that. Let's speak about Issachar real quick. The tribe of Issachar. Now, this information that's been brought out before, that's actually the main reason why I believe the Lord allowed me to buy this book, you know. And I forget what year I had bought the book, but man, it was years ago though. It was earlier in my walk, you know, because now we in 2024, and I haven't been around for a long time. But you know, earlier in the truth, I had bought this book. Now, this book proves that the Northern Kingdom are the Israelites. And when I say Northern Kingdom, when you look at this 12 tribe sign, you know, you see Simeon down to Issachar, you know, which you know, Ephraim, that's the head tribe of the Northern Kingdom. But you know, this is how we got the sign, you know. But basically, you know, this the northern tribes. When you see Simeon down Issachar, you know, the southern kingdom, the southern tribes are Judah, Benjamin, Levi. The northern kingdom will be the rest of these tribes. All right. And when you read this book, Origins of the American Indians, they give you a lot of proof, a lot of insight of how the so-called indigenous peoples of the Americas, you know, the people from Canada, North America, Mexico, Central America, South America, the West Indian Islands, the Caribbean Islands, they tell you all throughout this book that they're the Israelites. All throughout this book. Now we're going to speak about Issachar real quick. If y'all could just bear with me. And when I read that, man, I was like, whoa. You know, it's on page 88. Now, this is the second to the last paragraph. And I can show you, you know, you can read it yourself. If you want to take a screenshot, you know, if you want to pause the video, screenshot, you know how we do. You know, let me show it again. Maybe you want to screenshot it. You know, because I believe, once again, I think the Lord allowed me to buy this book for this section right here, along with everything else too, but mainly this part. Because when they said this about Issachar, man, it blew me away. All right. This is on page 88. Now, second to the last paragraph. The only other writer this author found who accepted the Issachar variation of the 10 lost tribes theory was Baltasar de Medina in his Crónica de la Santa Provincia de San Diego de Mexico of 1682. Although Medina thought that the South Americans and Yucatecans were descendants of the Gentile Aethan, and that's incorrect. Farther over, the Mexicans are originally of the 10 tribes captured by Salmanassar and of the family of Issachar. So they're telling you right here that the Mexicans, so-called Mexicans, are the tribe of Issachar. They're of the family of Issachar. So when I read that, bro, I was like, sheesh. And see, this is why this so-called self-proclaimed white man, this is why these Edomites hid this from us. They did everything they could to hide it, but it didn't work. You know? The Mexicans are originally of the 10 tribes captured by Salmanassar. It tells you that in 2nd Esdras 13. You read 39 on down. All right? And of the family of Issachar, whom the Indians recognize as their special ancestor. Because what you got to recognize is that, you know, so-called Mexicans, there was called Indians as well. Not only North American Indians. Actually, all the indigenous peoples of North America, you can say Canada too. You know, Canada, North America. You know, you got Alaska as well. The the so-called Eskimos. I did a lesson on that years ago, going into the Eskimo proverbs. The Eskimos, excuse me, the Eskimos, they're Gad, you know. The Eskimos in Canada and in Alaska, that's the tribe of Gad all day. You even see a lot of them, a lot of Eskimos that have the fringes on, you know. They're Gad. They're just in a cold climate, you know. You gotta remember, man. One of the characteristics of Israel, us being a pilgrim like people, you know, Israel moves around. Israel has the ability to adapt, you know. So Jay doesn't like the cold weather, but Jay can live in the cold too. Why do you think you got so many Jakes in Chicago, man? You know, you got a lot of Jake in New York. It get cold in New York, man. You got a lot of Jake in Canada. It get cold as hell in Canada, you know. All right, so just making the point, just like you have Gadites, they're called Indians, you know. So-called Mexicans, there was considered Indians too, or indigenous people, just like the other tribes, okay, of the Northern Kingdom. But yeah, so-called Mexicans, they knew that their forefather is Issachar, you know. That's why I wanted to share that. And also, I showed this before. I'm gonna show it again. I don't care. Now, you had different historical records the tribe of Issachar left. You know, they pretty much handed down to their sons and their daughters, and specifically their sons, the elders of their tribes and the priests of their tribes. They would hand down these different records that were called codices, you know. And they had a lot of pictographs. You know, they would have a lot of pictures, you know, with different writing representing our history, specifically representing the history within the Bible, you know. So I'm gonna show this right here. And you know, Issachar made this. This deals with the story of Adam and Eve in the garden, you know. Okay, and they have some other history as well, man. They pretty much show you the flood. See if I could pull that up for you. All right. I had this book here, Mysteries of the Ancient Americas, The New World Before Columbus. Now, when you read earlier in this book, they show you the same codices that I want to bring out. All right. Now they have some of them that I don't have printed out, so I'm gonna show that too. But you just saw this one, okay? And they have that in this book here. Once again, the tribe of Issachar made this, you know, and it shows you the story of Adam and Eve, you know, and how they were eventually banished or you know, removed from the garden. Okay. And they give you the story of the flood. All right. This is another record or codice. All right. You have what's called the Great Deluge, which is the worldwide flood. How did Issachar know about that? Because they kept the history. They kept records. Okay. And I'm going to read that for you. Let me read that. This is on page 37. Now it says Lord Kingsborough, and you may want to look him up, because this man right here, he pretty much spent all his fortune because he wants to invest in research proving that the so-called indigenous peoples of North, Central, and South America are Israelites. Look him up, Lord Kingsborough. Okay, so it says Lord Kingsborough was convinced that the Indians of Mexico or Mexico were directly descended from Israel's 10 lost tribes. As proof, he spent his fortune on reproducing volumes of Aztec codices that he claimed illustrated biblical events. The two reproduced here are said to represent the story of Adam and Eve on the left, and we showed that, and a primordial deluge above. And that deluge is the flood. All right. So this story of Adam and Eve right here, and this is the story of the flood. Okay. But you see it, man. The so-called Mexicans are of the 10 lost tribes. And guess what? We're not lost anymore. Okay? Now we know who we are. And there's nothing that you damn crackers can do about it, man. Because now we know. And now you through. The fact that we know you through now. So that's it on that. Show another codice or record. And everybody want to talk about the history of Egypt and, you know, hey, man. And I'm talking about that because I was meditating on the Indian mounds and also you have pyramids all throughout the Americas. Guess who made the pyramids in the Americas? The same people that made the pyramids in Egypt, which is our people, the Israelites. You know? People want to attribute that greatness to the people of Ham. Ham didn't make shit. Israel made it, you know? Our people made it. Because we was in slavery in ancient Egypt. Just like we in slavery in modern day Egypt, which is North America. You know? And I want to show something else, bro. Lord willing, if I can make it to this certain bookstore, I want to show this one book dealing with what's his damn pharaoh name? It's hard to pronounce his name, but it starts with a T. And Elder Malcolm gave me a book years ago, and this particular pharaoh, I want to say he's on the cover of that book, but basically, it's like it's hard for me to pronounce his name. You know those damn Egyptians, they had those long names, all right. And for those of y'all that's tuning in right now, you hearing us talk. We talking about our people, Israel. You know, we Israelites. We ain't no damn Africans, man. You know, our people, so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are the Israelites the Bible speaks of. You know, and for you so-called Negroes watching, you're not a damn African, man. You're not a Negro, you're not black. Because you niggas love to be Egyptians. You even got certain northern, they follow Egyptology. You got certain northern kingdom follow Egyptology. You got certain northern kingdom that want to become Muslims. Jake is all messed up, bro. But Lord willing, if I can make it to this certain bookstore, there's this one Egyptian pharaoh. It's hard for me to pronounce his name. His name begins with a T. But y'all know him by that damn that sarcophagus he got. You know, it's gold. It's made of gold, and you know, got the lapis on it. You know, so it's gold and blue. But basically, you know, you got the headdress or whatnot on. But in that book, they show you something that resembles the Ark of the Covenant. All right. That's why I got to make it to that bookstore, because I want to take a picture of that, you know, and do a lesson on it. But this you know, for lack of better words, this coffin with staves, or this coffin with poles, it resembles the Ark of the Covenant. And you may have some people that want to say, well, y'all Israelites, y'all got what y'all believe from the Egyptians. Man, get the hell up out of here, bro. You know, let's say if the Egyptians made that first, you know, that coffin with the poles attached, and they probably had certain false gods in it. Well, you know what? Let's say if they had that first, guess what? We got the real God. And what our God gave us is true. You know, when we receive the Ark of the Covenant, you know, and speak about the commandments, you know, it's like you got this replica of the Decalogue stone. It's supposed to be Moses in the middle holding the 10 Commandments. We really had the Ark of the Covenant, which contained the tables of stone that Moses received. Okay, Aaron's rod. You know, there was different spiritual for lack of better words, artifacts that was contained within the Ark. The Ark of the Covenant was very special to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, it was very special to Yahweh. But see, in today's time, we have Yahushai. Ultimately, the Ark represented him. But I just wanted to make that point. You got those Egyptians, they had that damn coffin with the with those poles attached to it, those 4 poles. People may look at that and they'll think of the Ark of the Covenant, but the Ark is the true thing that the Lord gave us. Okay? The Egyptians, they believed in false gods, man. You know? So anyway, I want to speak about these codices some more, dealing with the tribe of Issachar. Now, we showed how they believed in the story of Adam and Eve. You know, they kept that record, all right? They kept that record. And also, in another codex, or codex, you know, some may say codex, but in another record, Issachar, they showed the 10 tribes traveling to the Americas, traveling to Arsareth. All right? This is in another record, another codex. Okay? So they're of the tribes of Israel. They are of the tribes. And when you read in 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, how do you think they knew how to get over here? You know, they knew about this side of the world. They knew about it. Going back during the time of King Solomon, you know, he had his navy along with the navy of Hiram. And we believe, I mean, it just makes sense. By way of King Solomon's navy, along with the navy of Hiram, traveling to the Americas, specifically South America. Okay, when they came over here, which that navy mostly consisted of what's called Phoenicians today. Phoenicians. That's the Greek way of saying Canaanite. Okay, you know, that navy mostly consisted of Canaanites, and that's how you had those Olmec heads, which are landmarks. That's how you have them in Mexico, South America, on the islands. That's how you have those Olmec heads. Those are not our people. Those are Hamites. You know, those damn Canaanites that worked for King Solomon. But it's also a great possibility that when King Solomon's navy, along with the navy of Hiram, when they came over here to the Americas, specifically South America, when they came over here to gather resources for King Solomon and to bring them back, you know, to the land of where we at? To the land of, you know, Jerusalem. You know, they would do that within a span of 3 years. You know, because it took them a year and a half to get to the Americas, and it took them a year and a half to get back. But more than likely, you had some of our people to go with them. You know, that's how the Northern Kingdom knew to come over to the Americas. You know, it just makes sense. You know, some of them, all right, some of our people traveled with King Solomon's navy and the navy of Hiram. They came over to the Americas. Okay, they came over to the Americas during that time period. Okay, and also when you read in 2nd Esdras, it tells you that the Lord guided our people over here. Okay, and they pretty much they didn't experiment. They didn't experiment. They tested it out. You know, you had a large group of our people that came over here first, and they saw like, yeah, okay, we can make this work. All right. Then the rest of our people came. You know, you had a group of them that came first, you know, to see if it was worth doing. And then the rest of them came. Or you could say the majority of them. We know it was a small dispersion of our people that was left in the Middle East, but the majority of the Northern Kingdom came over to the Americas. All right. And Issachar kept that history of our people traveling over here to Ar Saref. Okay? And all this is just more information proving that we the Israelites. And even when you dig into the language of the let's say the Aztecans or the Mexica people, really Yashashikar, you know, tribe of Issachar. When you go into Issachar or into the Maya, who people call Mayans, with this tribe of Zebulun, they wrote and spoke broken Hebrew. When you look into the characters, when you look into the dialogue and the different dialects of Mexico, you got the Yucatan, you know, southern Mexico, you got Central America. Issachar and Zebulun, they spoke broken Hebrew. Okay? So we know we got the Hebrew. IUIC, to be honest, man, y'all leadership just ain't right, man. Now you got, you know, some of them that may be sincere, but as a collective, y'all ain't right, man. Because here it is, we in a time when Israel needs salvation more than ever. Yahweh Shai getting ready to come back. And at the last minute, we getting ready to be delivered. Y'all guys gonna say we don't know the names. You see how wicked that is? You know, we in the last few seconds of Esau Edom's world, our people getting ready to be delivered, and out of nowhere, y'all guys saying, oh, we don't know the names. Y'all want to cut that connection off. Y'all the devil, man. IUIC are the devil, man. You know? But you can't stop the truth. Okay? So that's it on that. That's all I want to show on that end. Now I want to get into some more history. All right? Get into some more history. Because now we know that our people in the Americas, they had to have known that they had to have known to a degree that we're the Israelites, you know. Although, you know, when Cristobal Colon, whom people call Christopher Columbus, when he came over to the Americas, he landed in the islands first, you know. To be honest, he really didn't come to North America. He really landed in the islands. He went to the islands and he went to South America. Speaking about Cristobal Colon, which means Cristobal, it means Christ. You know, Cristobal means Christ, and Colon is short for colonize. You know, so Cristobal Colon, well, some say Don Cristobal. Cristobal Colon means Christ-bearing colonizer. He came over to conquer our people, to enslave our people. But when he came over here, he even knew our people were the Israelites. That's why Cristobal Colon, he brought Hebrew interpreters with him. Okay? Because he knew the people he was going to encounter. He knew that they were Israelites. He knew that they spoke Hebrew. Nate, he knew that they spoke Hebrew. Why would he bring Hebrew? Why would he bring Hebrew interpreters? Because pretty much IUIC are acting like our language don't exist. I believe the Lord going to destroy IUIC. I believe He's going to break them up. I believe the words of the beloved El Pastor Hart. I believe He's going to break y'all up, man. Because y'all demons. Y'all a bunch of demons, man. Okay? And maybe in another video, I'll show how, you know, Christopher Columbus brought Hebrew interpreters with him. We've done it before, but hey, we'll speak about it again. Okay? Why not? Why not? All right, now I showed this information already. Show something else. Because when guys say that we don't have our language, bro, really it upsets me. Because we lost everything. We finally get it back, and guys want to be like, we don't have it. Basically, they're looking back. Remember Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife. What happened when she looked back? You know? Now, just as I showed, me and the Elder Bun, y'all made fun of us, IUIC. We went to Los Lunas, New Mexico. We saw that 10 Commandments stone for ourselves. And we translated it. We interpreted it ourselves. All right? And it is the 10 Commandments. Same 10 Commandments we go over during the Passover. All right? We have our language back up. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't believe, boy, that's on you. Now, this is a guy you should look up too. And I'm gonna do Lord willing. It's funny, man. This is when I was born. I was born in 89. You know what I'm saying? But you had this guy right here. His name is Jean Savoy. Okay? And look this up for yourself. The Grand Via tablets. The Grand Via tablets, which is basically in South America. This dude, Jean Savoy, this is where you get the idea of Indiana Jones. Because this man, he had went to South America, and he found Hebrew writing down there. Now it could have been written by the Phoenicians, or it could have been written by our people. But it proves that the Hebrew is the real language. And even Esau, Edom knows it. They know it, man. All right. And we have nothing to prove to you, cats, when we can constantly show you the information. This is the Decalogue stone again. All right. And this is also what I wanted to show. We saw the Decalogue stone. This is what's called the keystone. And I had a replica of this, but I had lost it, due to me moving. But pretty much, when you look at this, it has the Hebrew on it, but it has the Assyrian Hebrew or the Aramaic. Once again, the Northern Kingdom, the indigenous tribes of Canada, North America, Mexico, Central America, South America, and the West Indian Islands, the Northern Kingdom went into the Assyrian captivity, so they spoke Assyrian Hebrew. All right? You can look this all up for yourself, okay? And once again, these were found in an Indian burial mound, all right? Who made those burial mounds? The tribe of Gad. And maybe you had the tribe of Reuben as well as the tribe of Issachar, because you had Issachar in North America too. Actually, it's a lot of parts of North America that was originally a part of Mexico. A lot of people don't know that. Because I mentioned New Mexico. Well, why do you think it's called New Mexico? You got Arizona, you got Texas, you got California. All right. That was all Mexico at one point in time. You got certain parts of California that's right on the border of Mexico. If I'm not mistaken, what's that place called? Is it Cabo? If I'm not mistaken. Brother can fact check me on that. But you got Cabo. That's not too far from California. You know what I'm saying? All right. And not to mention, come on now, Texas. All right. So we knew we were the tribes, man. At one point in time, we knew who we were. It's not until this demon, this Edomite, this so-called self-proclaimed white man, it's not until he conquered our people, beginning with Cristobal Colon, Christopher Columbus, that Spanish conquest, the Spanish conquistadors. The word conquistador means conqueror. They came here to enslave our people, man. In the name of Christ, IUIC, I want to call on Christ. Esau, Edom enslaved our people in the name of Christ. And if you wouldn't worship Christ, they would burn you alive. They would hang you. They would murder your children in front of you. You know, there were extreme methods of torture to make you accept Christ. Okay? And what else we got, bro? Because, you know, we a little all over the place. That's fine. All right? You can tune in and tune out because it's a live show. I know some of y'all may be at work right now. You know? But, yeah, bro. I'm going to show some icons in a minute. Because along with us losing not only our language, not only our identity, not only our language, but anything that attaches us to greatness. Okay? Knowing that we're the people of the book. Knowing that we're the people of this Bible. Okay? Beginning with our Lord Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. You know? He's one of our people. You know? He's from the tribe of Judah. You know? The Bible was written by the Israelites for the Israelites. So bear with me because I want to show some icons. And I'm going to get back to our language in a minute. You know, because we'll be here all day speaking about that. You know. But let's get to some of these images. Because, like the beloved Elder Apostle Gabar says, we think in pictures. Now, I'm going to show these icons, and it's going to paint the picture in your mind like, yeah, man, we got to be the Israelites. Showing you Esau, Edom, they knew who they were putting in slavery. They knew that they were bringing the Israelites from North and West Africa, certain parts of Europe. They were bringing them to North America, as well as other parts of the Americas. Actually, the majority of our people were taken to South America. When you look into the history, you know, you got the tribe of Asher down there, you know, which, as far as, you know, the Southern Kingdom that was took to South America, for the most part, it was, it had to be mainly Benjamin and Levi, you know, especially Levi, man, because when you look at the carnival that takes place in Brazil, it resembles Mardi Gras in New Orleans, you know, showing you it's a great population of Levi down in South America, specifically in Brazil. Okay, you know, Carnival is very similar to Mardi Gras. It's basically the same thing. It's the same thing pretty much, you know. But yeah, man. I said I was gonna show some icons. All right. I'm gonna show this one first because it's like right next to me. And Lord will, I can pull some other icons up. And this is an icon of our forefather Andrew. You know, Simon Peter's brother. You know what I'm saying? But basically, when you look at this icon, it's supposed to be Andrew, which in the Hebrew, well, I looked his name up. Andrew, it means man. So in the Hebrew, it would have to be Ayash, you know. When you have the word Adam or Adam, you know, Adam, also Adama, you know. That means man. It can mean man or mankind, you know, or from the ground. But also you have the name Ayash. It basically means husbandman. You know, husbandman, or, you know, mighty. You know, it can mean beautiful. Because the word beautiful, it really means manly. You know, you got women that want to be beautiful. Beautiful really means manly. You know, it can mean good looking, but really it means manly. So, you know, you have Andrew, but in the Hebrew, it's Ayash, which means husband, you know. So, you know, this is Simon Peter's brother, but you look at him, he's a man of color, and he has an afro. He has an afro, man, and look at his long, beautiful robe, beautiful garment. You know, you look at this behind him, you know, looks like a castle of some sort, or a city. But when you look at this image, this associates us with royalty. you know, as a royal people, a holy people or a royal people. Man, look at this glorious garment, you know. And we know a lot of Israelites are getting into, you know, the fashion of us being Israelites. You know, a lot of our people are, you know, making beautiful garments and, you know, everything like that. But see, we're really going to have that in the kingdom when we're in our power, okay? But when you look at this, it's supposed to be Andrew, Simon Peter's brother. He's a man of color, you know? And you can see he's light-skinned because it's not a color thing. It's not all about, you know, Israel just having dark skin. Because some of us have lighter skin with different shades of brown, all right? But you see him, you know, he's a light-skinned brother, which go back to King David. King David, you know, he was a light-skinned brother, you know, a good-looking brother. He was still a man of color, though. But you see, you know, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, he's a man of color, you know, and he has an afro. And he's wearing a beautiful robe, man, good-looking garment. All right? Let's get some more icons. And see, these icons, they predate the Renaissance era. These icons predate the Renaissance, man. They're before the Renaissance. They're before Esau Edom came back into power and painted his image over us. Okay? Now you can look this up in your own time. The synagogue of Dura Europos. The synagogue of Dura Europos, which is basically is in Syria. Okay? This is in Syria, and we left a lot of our icons there. You know, a lot of our images. You know, and check this out, bro. Now this is at the bottom. And for more info on this, once again, look that name up, Dura Europos. You're gonna find out that this is around like 244 AD. Now Esau Edom, they came back into power during the late 1300s, early 1400s. That's when Esau Edom started to show himself more, you know, because we had them in slavery during the Dark Ages. But what happened was they began to intermarry with us, make certain agreements with us, and you know, just like the devil they are, they always break their agreements, and eventually they took us down. They overthrew us, you know, in Granada, you know, in Constantinople, you know, they overthrew us. But see, before that, you saw a lot of our images, such as images you can find in Dura Europos. Once again, that's in a synagogue in Syria. And when you look at this image here, this is supposed to be Moses and Aaron and the children of Israel crossing the Red Sea. Okay? So icons are important. Like the beloved El Apostle Gabar says, we think in pictures, man. You know? Now I'm going to read this here. It says, description, which I got this is off of, I want to say Wikipedia. All right. Now, everything on Wikipedia is not accurate, but some information is pertinent because, you know, we look through multiple sources of information. All right. So it says description. Jews cross Red Sea pursued by Pharaoh from Dura Europos synagogue. The date. So when was it created? 244 to 256 CE, which CE means a common era, you know, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, we say AD. We don't say CE. We say AD. All right. So this is way before the 1300s and the 1400s. This is way before the Renaissance. Look at that date right there. All right. Look at that. You see that? And look at this image. Moses and Aaron and the sons and daughters of Israel crossing the Red Sea and the Lord drowning the Egyptians. You know? These supposed to be the hands of our Lord, you know, and these hands have color, you know. Color is all throughout the Bible, you know, but they're supposed to be the hands of the one you call God, all right? Opening the Red Sea, you know, and you got Moses and Aaron, all right? And these are the Israelites, and it says we came out of Egypt by our armies. You see, they have shields and spears and swords, you know. So we came up out of Egypt harnessed, you know, as a people of war. You know what I'm saying? He opened the Red Sea for us. We passed over, and he drowned the Egyptians. And you look at this image, all the people on it have color. Even the Egyptians got color. All right? And that should really answer your question when it comes to this Bible, as far as who are the people of this book. You know? If the Egyptians have color, wouldn't the Israelites have color? And see, that's why they came out with that damn movie with what's his name? Charlton Heston. All right, the Ten Commandments. And basically, they show you in that movie that the Egyptians are crackers, you know? They got the Egyptians looking like so-called white people. And that's not true. You know, the Egyptians, the original Egyptians are Hamites. The original Egyptians are, you know, Africans, who we call Africans today. You know, specifically the people of Sudan, you know, and I want to say the Zulus and Watusis, and maybe certain other peoples, you know, but the people of Ham, all right? So it's common sense, but common sense ain't so common, right? If the Egyptians are people of color, wouldn't the Israelites be people of color? But that's why in the movie Ten Commandments, they made the Egyptians so-called white people, so you would maybe think that the Israelites would be so-called white people. But that was a big damn lie. You know, you watch that movie's a myth. Now people speak about mythology and a hoax, right? People speak about mythology and a hoax. That movie, The Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston, that was a hoax. As far as how they had the Egyptians and as far as how they mainly had us, the Israelites. You know, because showing this image again that predates the Renaissance. You know, everybody on this image are people of color. The Israelites as well as the Egyptians. And two different nations of people. Because the Israelites, you know, we come from Shem. You know, we come from Noah's son Shem. We're Shemitic. You know, Esau Edom say Semitic. Now, we're Shemitic, all right? The people that you call the Egyptians, they're Hamitic. They're from the people of Ham. Two different nations of people, but we both got color. All right. We're going to show some more images from Duras Europus. We showed this already, the Red Sea crossing. Let's see what else we got. And I'm a little excited, man. So you hear Jake talking a lot. Okay, let's see, bro. Wow, man. Hey, the Lord is beautiful, man. And once again, these images, they date from 244 AD to 256 AD. Now, I will have to zoom in on this for you, but this says scenes from the book of Esther from the Duras Europa Synagogue, 244. Now they say CE, we say AD. AD means, year of our Lord, you know. Domini, if I'm saying it correctly. If I'm not, please excuse me. But we say AD. We don't say CE. You know, Esau Edom hates time. You know, they hate time because they time is up. Hey, guess what? You just you shouldn't have sold your birthright, cracker. You know, you shouldn't have sold your birthright. But it says scenes from the book of Esther from the Dura Europa Synagogue. And you look at this image, everyone has color. You know? They all got color. And I have to show these images because this associates our people with greatness, man. Our people need to know that they're great. You come from greatness, man. We come from greatness, man. You know? We come from greatness, man. All right? Show some more images. See what else we got. All right. Now, this image here, this shows, man, bro, and I should know this by heart, but basically, I'm gonna see if I can just pull it up because I don't want to misinterpret it, so to speak. Just bear with me, Baba Kasha. Just give me a second here. But there's an account in the scriptures where these heathens, they stole our ark. They stole the Ark of the Covenant, and the Lord started plaguing them. Okay? I want to say it's in 1st or 2nd Samuel. Please bear with me, Baba Kasha. It's been a while since I read it. You know? But what happened is, man, hey, the Lord, he started jacking them up. You know, he really jacked up the heathens for stealing our ark. You know? And if a brother beats me to the punch, man, you know, I'll read it from the comment board, you know. But I have to read this account because I want to show this image because I know that's what this has to be. All right? That's what this is. Okay? Yes, baby. There we go. 1 Samuel chapter 5, verse 1. And the Philistines took the ark of the Most High and brought it from Ebenezer unto Ashdod. When the Philistines took the ark of the Most High, they brought it into the house of Dagon, which Dagon, that's a fish god. When you look at the Pope today, now he doesn't do it so much anymore, but the Pope used to have a fish hat. The Pope used to have a fish hat, but that goes back to the priests of the Philistine god Dagon. The priest of Dagon would actually wear a fish's hat, you know. But the Pope, you know, which the Lord told you don't call no man your father up on the earth. There's a few damn Roman Catholics out there, but the Pope used to have that damn fish hat on, you know, that belongs to the priests of Dagon, showing you that Roman Catholicism is idolatry, man. All right, on all levels, Roman Catholicism is off. But read this again. And the Philistines took the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark of the Most High, and brought it from Ebenezer unto Ashdod. When the Philistines took the Ark of the Most High, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. And one day of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of Yahweh. And they took Dagon and set him in his place again. But he kept falling, you know. And the Lord started jacking up them goddamn Philistines, man, plaguing them with boils, you know. What's it called? Hemorrhoids, you know. But he started plaguing them. You know what I'm saying? But just real quick, I got to show this image because I don't want to take too much time up showing just, you know, one icon. All right. But these are the Philistines. They're not Israelites, but they're people of color. You know, this is supposed to be the Ark of the Covenant. And this represents, you know, Dagon. You know, and certain other special items to the Philistines, you know, vases and, you know, things of that sort, you know. But you can see even the Philistines are people of color. They're not crackers. They're not Edomites. And you see, you know, the Ark of the Covenant right here. And once again, we did not get the Ark of the Covenant from the Egyptians. We did not get that idea from the Egyptians. The Most High gave us that. All right. All right. And you had this image here. And this may be from the book of Esther. You know, this may also be that. Let's see what else we got. This is supposed to be an image of King David and Israel. But, you got to remember, these are old frescoes. These are old paintings. They've been up for a long time. So you can't see King David so much. All right. But it's supposed to be King David on the throne. And these supposed to be the Israelites. But you can't see the color of their faces. You can see the color of their faces. They all have brown faces. You can't see King David's face, but you can see his legs. You can see his feet, basically. his legs are brown. So wouldn't the rest of him be brown? And just like we make mention of Yahweh Shai, we make mention of Yahweh Shai when you read Revelation chapter 1, verse 13 on down. It says his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in the furnace. So your feet is the same color as the rest of your body. And sometimes your feet can be lighter, because for the most part, you have your feet covered with socks and shoes all day, so your feet can be lighter. But if your feet are dark, what would the rest of your body be? So same thing. Hey, just as Yahweh Shai, same thing with King David. And they're two different men, but his feet have color, or his legs have color. You can't see the rest of him, but the rest of him will have color too. But you can see Israel, they all have brown faces. And once again, this is in that synagogue, Dura Europos, which is in Syria. Okay. Now this is a scene from the book of Ezekiel, and they give you a few of these. All right. These are Israelites, and they all have afros, Beautiful images, man. Beautiful images. And once again, we have to show this because this associates our people with royalty. I see them, right? Original royalty, which we are, They're not wrong about that. You know what I'm saying? But we're just pushing to our people to haste the day, to think upon the prophecies, because it's all about getting out of America at the end of the day. We don't want to stay in captivity. We're praying and begging Yahweh Shai to deliver us. Okay? This is another scene from the book of Ezekiel. All right? All people of color. Okay? Now, I have another scene here from a different account, different book. We all know about this. We're actually ashamed of it. We're very ashamed of it. When our people came out of ancient Egypt and were being rebellious at the mountain, being rebellious at the foot of that mountain, what it say? They sat down to eat and drink, rose up to play. Basically, Israel was partying at the foot of that mountain. They were like, Moses taking too long. Like, what Moses up there doing? So Jake became impatient and rebellious. And Jake, when I say Jake, I'm talking about Jacob, the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Our people, because of their lack of faith and impatience, they worship the golden calf. And once again, it's from that same synagogue, Dura Europos. It's supposed to be the Israelites worshiping their golden calf, but they're people of color. And these images predate the Renaissance. Let's see what else we got, because we got a lot of info for you. Okay, now this is Israel
in the wilderness. Our people in the wilderness, they're supposed to be Aaron, the high priest, aside from Yahweh Shai, Aaron was the first high priest. We know the original high priest really is Yahweh Shai because he's Melchizedek. But as far as the order of Aaron, well, it began with Aaron himself. Him being that first high priest, and then that legacy would continue with his sons. But you see Aaron in this glorious robe. This is supposed to be the tabernacle, and this is Israel, our people of color. Originally, now we look different today because we've been in captivity, but you have to know the truth. And I said this was gonna be concise. I can't make it as short as how I wanted to, but Lord willing, that's okay. Lord willing. But it says, dealing with this icon right here, the consecration of the tabernacle, Aaron is on the top right. And we just showed that. Okay? We just showed that. You know what? Let me go back to this image here, because I got to speak about exactly what it is. This image here that I was speaking about, actually, it's been whitewashed. It's been whitewashed, but it's supposed to be, Pharaoh and the Egyptians, and you don't see much of it as far as when Moses was coming to Pharaoh, coming before Pharaoh, telling him to let Israel go. But they do show you the Pharaoh on a throne, and he's looking different. You got to remember, this was created in a different time period. As far as this fresco right here, but it's supposed to be the time of the Exodus. When Israel was about to come out of Egypt, this is supposed to be Pharaoh, and I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Moses on the ground, bowing to Pharaoh or whatnot. But as you can see, this image has been whitewashed, but the point is still there for the most part. Okay. Let's see if we have more images. We got a few more. All right. This is supposed to be Moses at the burning bush. Right here. This is Moses, and this the burning bush. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to be Daniel, the prophet Daniel right here. If I'm not mistaken, he's holding a scroll, But I know this is Moses up top. But this may be Daniel, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? But yeah, man, all this is coming out because our salvation is nearer than we believe. We're about to go home soon. Okay? And the thing is, this is such a big deal because we're finding out about it. Okay? We're finding out about it. Esau, Edom, they been knew, man. They been knew this. And I may show in a small clip. I'll do another video on it. But y'all know that movie Amistad, right? It's a movie called Amistad. It basically shows you our people, basically it was a portion of the slave trade. They didn't go all into it, but I would have to look up more of the history of Amistad myself. But it's a very good movie, and it's based off a true story. Okay. But they showed you so-called Negroes on that ship, and there was a scene. It was showing the women. It was showing Israelite women on that ship. You know, the ship of Amistad. It was showing Israelite women. They could have been Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They had turbans on, and these women were clapping. They were like, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. You know? They were singing. It was Israelite women, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, you know? They had these turbans on. They was clapping. They was singing, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Really, they were saying Yahweh. You know, really, that's what they were saying. And you know who directed Amistad? Steven Spielberg. A small hat person. Okay? A small hat person, man. So even Steven Spielberg, he knows the name of the Most High is Yahweh. One more proof. You got the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, Indiana Jones movie. They give you a scene where they show you the name of the Most High, Yahweh. And I have it right here. It's on this medallion, basically. But they show you this in the movie. And I'm going to point to the name. Yahweh. Yahweh. And this is in Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know? And guess who directed that movie? Steven Spielberg. Okay? He knows more than Bishop Nathaniel. Well, you know what? Bishop Nathaniel does know the truth, bro. Now, I'm raising my voice, and I'm a little loud in my apartment. You know? But even he knows the truth, bro. You know? Really, Bishop Nathaniel, he's not stupid. He knows that the name of the Most High Yahweh, bro. He knows the name of the Son, the beloved Son, is Yahweh Shai. But Bishop Nathaniel's proud, you know? He knows those are the names, bro. Because if that's the case, if that's not the case, why did he salute the beloved Elder Apostle Rakah in the names Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai when he saw him years back in New York? You know? Bishop Nathaniel, he wouldn't have saluted the apostle in the names. So he knows those are the names, bro. I mean, I'm making a big deal about it because it is a big deal. It's a very big deal. But I'm just making the point, even Steven Spielberg, devil ass, even he knows the name of the Most High is Yahweh, man. Even he know it. The movie Amistad, the Israelite women on that boat, clapping, Yahweh, 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 they were saying Yahweh. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, they show you the name Yahweh in that movie. So it's no secret to Esau Edom. You know, we got to remember, the scriptures say, thou art wiser than Daniel. We got an icon. I believe it's supposed to be Daniel, bro. You know, if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be Daniel. But scriptures say the prince of Tyrus, who's the modern day prince of Tyrus? Esau Edom. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. So Daniel was smart, bro. Daniel was basically a scientist. You know, you're reading the Apocrypha, history of Bel and the dragon. The prophet Daniel, he created a bomb to destroy that idol. You know, to blow that idol up. Daniel was a chemist. He was extremely smart. You know, but you look at this Edomite, the so-called white man, they're wise when it comes to their technology. You know, now Daniel, he made a bomb, you know, and that was in the ancient world. You know, you read the history of Bel and the dragon, you know, Daniel was basically a scientist. But you look at Esau Edom today, they created the atom bomb. They created nuclear bombs. They have these airplanes, they had these fighter jets, they had these tanks, rocket launchers, etc. They got drones, they got robots. You know, they're wise when it comes to technology, and they're wise when it comes to world history. Because every empire that has came on the planet Earth, they would inherit the history of the world, because it will be left by that empire that they conquered. So when Esau Edom conquered the world, going back to the Renaissance period, when they got the earth back, because they lost it, after those Roman emperors, Vespasian, his son Titus, and I want to say Domitian, you know, because our people started to come into power, you know, with the 5 good emperors, you know. Basically, our people began to rule. We began to rule. So Esau Edom went down for a little bit. But scriptures say his deadly wound was healed. Esau Edom came back. The Roman Empire came back via the Renaissance. And they received the world history again. That's how they was able to deceive everybody. Okay? But see, this time, they deceived everybody on a worldwide scale. Okay? And once again, they know and knew the name of the Most High is Yahweh. But the whole point was to hide it from us. Okay? But it didn't work. They know about the chariots. Esau, Edom, they been knew about the chariots. You know? The chariots, the so-called UFOs, that's a part of our history. Okay? Now I mentioned ancient Egypt, right? There was a chariot, there was a humongous ship that guided our people out of ancient Egypt, man. All right? The pillar of a cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. There was a humongous so-called UFO, a humongous ship. Okay? See if I get an image. Which I only have so much up here with me, bro. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good though. But I'll show this one. There was a humongous ship that led our people out of ancient Egypt. And the scriptures say with a strong hand, with a stretched out arm. There was that ship. There was that chariot, so-called UFO. But see, this time, the Lord is going to beam us up into that ship. Into one ship. And that's how we're going to receive that new covenant. And you know, this is a artist's depiction of a chariot. I'm not saying this is exactly what it looked like. But, you know, it paints the description, you know. It gives a good illustration. And when you go up into that ship, you can't take nothing with you. You know, you see people getting beamed up. You see a man, you know, he got to leave his bike. Well, guess what? If you got a bike, you know, which I got a bike, you know, you can't take your bike up to that chariot with you. You can't take nothing. You can't take your car. You can't take your house. You can only take yourself. And by yourself, I mean your spirit. We're not even taking these bodies that we have right now. Only your spirit is going up into that ship and you're receiving a new body. You're going to receive a new body simultaneously when Yahweh comes. All right? You know? And I'll be here all day, bro. I'm like I said, I'm excited speaking about this because we lost so much, but the water Yahweh, you know, forgiving it back to us. You know? Yahweh, who is the king of the universe under his heavenly father, Yahweh. That's who's getting ready to come back. Okay? And we're in a time when our people are about to be delivered, man. And that's why it's so important to know who we are, to know where we come from, to know the name of our God, Yahweh, to know the name of his beloved son, Yahweh. Okay? To know our history. Okay? And this shows you also, you know, I mentioned the Hebrew language. This shows you that our elders, such as High Priest Elder Albert Biggins, High Priest Elder Yaquab, you know, High Priest Elder Ariah, High Priest Elder Shaw, you know, because our elder apostles would mention and reference these men. Everything that I'm going in this video, you know, stemming back mainly to our language, you know, the Hebrew language. Our forefathers were on point. Our elders, they were on point when they were speaking about our language, because the ancient Hebrew, our language is found all throughout the Americas, you know? And you know what? Aliens didn't make this, you know, little green from Mars, because you'll see what they call those things. This is on a rock, All right, but also you have what they call crop circles. You know, aliens ain't doing none of this, man. You know, now you do have the angels. All right, you have the angels. You know, they may do certain things. You know, but as far as you know, this right here, our people did it. The Israelites, which, you know, we're connected to Yahweh's angels, you know, but this is our language. All right. The Hebrew language was that's the language of the heavens. You know, it's an angelic language. It's a beautiful heavenly language. It's language with music to it. Like, it has its own harmony, man. All right. And when I look at something like this that's been engraven on a rock, it reminds me of Elder High Priest Yahiqua. You know, it reminds me of this shirt that he has that has Hebrew on it. You know, he has Hebrew on his hat. You know, he has like a general hat on. You know what I'm saying? He has Hebrew on the front of his shirt. You know, maybe a certain type of jacket type shirt, you know, but that's Hebrew, you know, characters. And it resembles what you see right here on this rock. Okay. So our elder apostles and elder bishops and the men before them were on point. They are on point. Okay. We are definitely the Israelites, man. And I'll be here all day, you know, if I need to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get some more points. Now I have the book here, Hebrew Isms of West Africa. Okay. This is Hebrew Isms of West Africa. This is a must buy as well if you can get it. Now it shouldn't be that expensive. It's not that expensive. Now it shouldn't be. Unless Esau even changed the price. But this one cost me a little bit more because I wanted to get as close as I could to an original copy. You know, so this is one of the originals. Okay. And this is an older book. And as you can see, when you look at the cover of this book, this is a Levite. This is a priest, and he has the turban on, he has the mitre, and he has the priest's breastplate. Okay. Now remember, we showed the icon of what was supposed to be Aaron, you know, the high priest. His sons would continue their legacy. You know, in order to be a high priest, you had to be a direct son of Aaron. But as far as the priests in general, those were the Levites. Okay. But you see this Levite right here, he has the breastplate on, bro. And he's a Negroid looking man. He ain't no cracker. He ain't no Edomite, man. You know? And you look at the leaves. These are old pages. All right. So this is not something that we just come up with. Which when you read this book, you know, I advise you to buy it if you can, you know. But basically what it proves, this book proves that the tribe of Benjamin, which are the so-called West Indians today, this book proves that they're Israelites. That's mainly what this book is about. And it has certain information dealing with the northern tribes. I'm gonna get that, you know. But you know, at a later date, Lord willing, I'm going to go into this book and show how they speak about the so-called West Indians. You know, when I say so-called West Indians, I'm talking about so-called Jamaicans, so-called Trinidadians, people of Barbados, you know, etc. This book proves it that they're Israelites, specifically Benjamin. Okay. Because what they do, they give you the customs. They give you the customs of the people in Jamaica, and they tell you how those customs go back to people in certain parts of West Africa, and those West African tribes are pretty much Hebraic tribes. You know, they're Hebrews. Okay, so that's what this book proves for the most part. They speak about the Coromantee. You know what I'm saying? This book gives you maps. All right. It's a lot of info in this book. This book speaks about the Ashanti. Okay, you should look them up, which I'm gonna have to look them up again myself. Okay. But the Ashanti people, they're Israelites. You know? They speak about the Gold Coast of West Africa. And that's primarily where the slave trade took place. You know, when you deal with Judah, Benjamin, Levi, you know, you have that Gold Coast, you know. And I have that map here somewhere, man. If the spirit will, man, maybe it'll pop up. Because I got so many papers in front of me. But you know, a lot of y'all know about Ouidah, Fort Ouidah, which really that would be Fort Judah. Ouidah, that's the French way of saying Judah. You know, a lot of y'all know about that. Well, that's in the that's pretty much in that region that was considered the Gold Coast. And you look at a lot of those older maps, and I used to have one. I lost it in the storage. But you know, you look at the map of West Africa when it was sectioned off, or you could say it was divided among Edom, because Africa don't belong to our people as far as the tribes that are still left there. Now we had kingdoms in Africa, mainly West Africa, but when Esau Edom came into power, they took it. You know, the British, the French, I want to say the Portuguese, they pretty much divided up Africa, especially West Africa, to take it from Jake, you know. But nonetheless, our people still kept and still keep today a lot of these traditions. That's why we'll tell you that that Nigerians are Israelites. You know, we'll talk to you about the Igbo. Hey, a lot of our women, right? A lot of our women, a lot of you Israelite women, you'll call yourself ebony, right? You know, you'll be like you're an ebony woman. Well, you got Ebony magazine, right? The word ebony goes back to Igbo, which goes back to the Hebrew word abar. That's where you get the word Hebrew. You know? You know? Yeah, man. Ebony, Igbo, abar, which means from the past. You know, the Hebrew language is the language of the past. All right? That's the first language. And that's a cut on you damn Egyptians once again. Our language came first. Not no damn Hamitic language. The Hebrew language is the first language on the earth. That's the language that Adam was speaking. But see, what happened is the sons of God, through that lineage of Adam, the sons of God will continue that language. That's why you have Hebrew, you know, continuing that language. And you have Noah's son Shem, in the Hebrew Shem, which means name. He would continue that name Yahweh. That legacy would continue on down to where you would have the Israelites. We would continue with that name and with that language. All right? You can't make it up, bro. They speak about the supreme being of the Ashanti. Okay? The supreme being of the Ashanti, which is Yahweh. All right? See if I can show you right here. Once again, this is the book, Hebrew Isms of West Africa. Now it says identification with Yahweh. Really Yahweh. We mentioned that movie Amistad. Yeah, those Israelite women on that ship. They was clapping and singing. Got that one scene. They was clapping and singing. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. They was saying Yahweh. All right. So Yahweh is the name. They just show you anyway. I'm not going to continue to speak about IUIC them because I don't want to make them feel like they're important right now. You know, because they not in the spirit, man. Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to be exalted. Okay, not God in Christ. Now, I'm going to show you this image that you see right here on the front cover. Ashanti ambassadors crossing the Pra, from a drawing by Sir Henry Morton Stanley. And once again, this would have to be a Levite. Okay? You see him, he has the mitre on, got the turban on, he has that priestly breastplate with those stones in it, with the names of the tribes. Esau, Edom, they been knew who we were, bro. They been knew. And we're starting to get this back now. But that's why it's important, you know, to stay humble about it, because we're still learning. We've been detached from so much, okay? This book speaks about the diaspora of our people, which is basically the transatlantic slave trade. And I'm going to speak about that in a minute, all right? The lost tribes of Israel. Now, I want to share something when it came to the Northern Kingdom. This book so far out, they talk to you about the Southern Kingdom in West Africa, in Jamaica, you know, the other islands, you know. But they also mention the Northern Kingdom in this book. So this is a good book. That's why, you know, I highly recommend you buy it if you can. You know, the main book we need is the scriptures. All we need is the scriptures. But we have other sources of information, and we filter it through the scriptures. You know, that's the potency of this truth. You know, wisdom going through all things, pass through all things, you know. Now it speaks about the lost tribes of Israel. We're going to go to the main point when they speak about the Northern Kingdom, because that's my favorite topic. Aside from speaking about Yahushua coming back with the chariots, you know, the Lord coming back with that fathership and the chariots, my favorite topic is the Northern Kingdom. That's why I'm going to get this, okay? This on page 125. Now it says, the lost tribes of Israel. Nothing is to be gained then by trying to trace these northern tribes further at the present time, lacking the spirit of the Southern Kingdom, but they the same people though, it's just that they're different tribes. They quickly became assimilated and lost their identity, being absorbed by the peoples with whom they dwelt. Really what happened was our people, the Northern Kingdom, they came over here to the Americas. After the Assyrian captivity, they were here for a long time, but they still knew who they were. But when Esau, Edom came over here to conquer them, Esau, Edom forcefully assimilated them into their new system. Once again, look up encomienda system, okay? There was a system that Esau, Edom used to break down the northern tribes, okay? But it says right here, American Indians. Before drawing this chapter to a close, however, a word must be said about the theory of those who would find among the American Indians evidences of descent from the ancient Hebrews. In one way, the question is closely allied to that of the lost tribes, and even in the case of those who postulate for the Indians a Judean origin. Now, they're not Judean, you know, but they are Israelites, because Judean, that deals with Judah. So-called Negroes, they're Judah, all right? But the American Indians are still other tribes, okay? Now it says, or at least a diffusion of Judean culture. The matter is best settled here, as it may easily be cloud the treatment of our own subject if reserved until later. And that's the point, you know? And they have more in here. They're bringing up Issachar again. Oh, and they bringing up Lord Kingsborough. And it's in a different book. It's in an entirely different book. And this book is mainly about the Southern Kingdom. But the info comes out anyway, man. You know? Hey, that's some heat, bro. Yes, they mentioned in Issachar. They mentioned in the records that Issachar kept. Okay, they're mentioning Manasseh ben Israel and what happened as far as Antonio de Montezinos. You know, basically you read about the account of I want to say Montezinos specifically, basically going down to South America and finding Reuben down there around Mount Quito, and Reuben was able to say the Shemai, the Shemai, Yasharala, Yahweh, Alahayinawa, Yahweh Kud, you got Reuben everywhere. Reuben is even in South America. Once again, around Ecuador, that's where Montezinos had found him. And basically, they say they was of the tribe of Reuben, and how the tribe of Joseph is not far. The tribe of Joseph, talking about Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim, on the island you call Puerto Rico today. Okay, so there's a lot of good info in this book. Okay, they're speaking about Peru, the people of Peru, which are the Incas. They're Israelites. Okay. And I'm just, running through it. A lot of good info, bro. So once again, this is Hebrew Isms of West Africa. Okay. This is an older copy, so you can barely see what it says, but it's called Hebrew Isms of West Africa. All right. Now we're gonna speak a little bit about the Jews of Bilad el Sudan, because as we mentioned before, coming out of this book, Hebrew Isms of West Africa, a lot of our people that's in West Africa today, a lot of them still know that we Israelites. Once again, you got communities among the Nigerians. Okay, you got people in Ghana. Okay, you have once again the Igbo. You have Hebrew records. You have actual Hebrew records. Case in point, there was a certain place, I want to say it's in Timbuktu, which I'm gonna pull some of the info up for you. All right, but it was a Hebrew record that was kept, and I want to say I got a picture of the man that made it. His name is Abraham something. Salaki, I forget his last name right now. Actually, I want to say his name is Mordecai. But basically he was a practicing rabbi, and he wrote a record in Hebrew, and it was found in a temple in Timbuktu. With Timbuktu, there was a center for learning during the Dark Ages, man. Okay, a lot of science, a lot of math, algebra. With the word algebra, that's a broken Hebrew word. Our people playing chess, and a lot of our people believed in being Moors. They became Islamic, but the Moors are really Israelites. And once again, there were Hebrew records, one specifically that was found in Timbuktu. But I'm gonna read this first, man. This is on Wikipedia. Now I'm gonna read this one first. I printed this one out in 2009. But later on they changed it on Wikipedia. They changed it, and I printed it out again in 2015. I'm naming dates. I be in the spirit of a record keeper sometime, So I mention dates. But this is it right here. Jews of Bilad el Sudan, which is in Africa, in certain parts of Africa, man. And this is where our people were taken, taken from. When they were put into slavery, that forceful, if you want to call it a migration, really it wasn't a migration. Really, we were kidnapped. You know, it wasn't a damn migration. It's as if we volunteered to come over here, man. You know, but I'm gonna read this, bro. And I'm going through all this because this proves that we're Israelites. You know, it's information. It's outside of the scriptures, but it goes back to the scriptures. Okay, so Jews of Balad el Sudan. Jews of the Balad al Sudan, and they got it in the Aramaic, you know, Hebrew for you. Describes West African Jewish communities who were connected to known Jewish communities from the Middle East, North Africa, or Spain and Portugal. Various historical records attest to their presence at one time in the Ghana, Mali, and Songhai empires, then called the Balad as Sudan, from the Arabic meaning land of the blacks. But these so-called blacks are really the Jews, you know, specifically Judah, Benjamin, Levi, because the word Jew is pretty much an insult. You know, it's a byword, you know, just lumping us all together. Well, instead of calling y'all separate tribes, we want them to just call all y'all Jews. That's pretty much what that word go back to, you know. But it says Jews from Spain and Portugal. So we were not only in West Africa, and actually the first so-called Negro slaves came from Spain and Portugal because we ruled during the Dark Ages. We were everywhere. But it tells you, look at that, we were in Spain and Portugal. All right. And that proves that we're not African. We was everywhere, man. We were everywhere. But it says Jews from Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. The word Morocco, that's where you get the word Moor. Morocco, go back to Moor, and it can mean dark-skinned prince, or it could just simply mean dark or dark-skinned. And Morocco in later years also formed communities off the coast of Senegal, Israelites there. And on the islands of Cape Verde, Israelites there. After the rise of Islam in North and West Africa, these communities ceased to exist. But guess what? Although you may not keep our traditions, you may become Muslim, but you're still an Israelite. Because you cannot convert your nationality. You cannot change from being who you really are. Okay? The Most High Yahweh Bashmi Shai made you an Israelite. You know? Moor is not a nationality. I'm a Muslim. Oh, so I'm Muslim now. what Pac say? Oh, so you a Muslim now. Hey, that's not a nationality. You know? That's a religion. Being Islamic, that's a religion. After the rise of Islam in North and West Africa, because you had those Ishmaelites, it was a lot of them, as well as wicked Israelites too, that was really pushing that Islamic garbage, you know. After the rise of Islam in North and West Africa, these communities ceased to exist and have since disappeared due to migration and assimilation. No, due to the slave trade. Because this same information that you read, once again, this is on Wikipedia, this in 2009, when they had put this out. There's the same info here. They updated the information, and this is from 2015, man. Okay? So I read this one first in 2009. Now I'm going to read this one now that they updated in 2015. And now we in 2024, so hell, they probably done changed it since then. Now it says, Jews of the Balad al-Sudan describes West African Jewish communities who were connected to known Jewish communities from the Middle East, North Africa, or Spain and Portugal. Various historical records attest to their presence at one time in the Ghana, Mali, and Songhai empires, then called the Bilad as Sudan from the Arabic meaning land of the blacks. Jews from Spain, Portugal, and Morocco in later years also formed communities off the coast of Senegal and on the islands of Cape Verde. These communities continued to exist for hundreds of years, but since disappeared due to changing social conditions, migration, and the transatlantic slave trade. Look at that right there. Okay? Look at this right here. And what does this prove to you? This proves to you that the real Jews, the original Jews, the original Israelites went into slavery. This highlights the accuracy of Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And oldie but goodie. You know, we always bring that out. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Those were the words that Moses spake unto the children of Israel, the sons and daughters of Israel, man. All right? The transatlantic slave trade. You can't get around that. So the real Jews went into slavery by way of the transatlantic slave trade, bro. Or what's called the triangular trade. And you can read about that in Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right? And I said it was going to be concise, bro. Man, I've been here for 2 hours. It's a lot, man. I mean, I wanted to make it short. You know, it turned out to be a longer video. It's damn near 12 o'clock my time. But Lord willing, this is edifying. You know, I pray for those guys that tuned in. I pray you were edified hearing this video. Now, I mentioned how there was a Hebrew record left in Timbuktu. And I actually had put up a video dealing with that years back. You know, it's a great millstone. We went through a lot of pages, man. A lot of YouTube channels. A lot of our channels were terminated. A lot of videos taken down. A lot of videos removed. Okay? Constantly having to start over. And that's fine. You know, it just comes with the territory. But I did put up a video dealing with that topic. You know, Hebrew records. Specifically one Hebrew record that was found in Timbuktu. And basically, I had checked out this book, and what I did, I translated it. Now, this is written in French. Okay, you got a lot of Israelites in certain parts of Africa. They speak French. You know, you got a lot of Israelites in France. You know, hey, the Lord is far out what He did concerning His people, man. But yeah, basically, I checked out this book, and it deals with the Jews of Timbuktu. Okay? The Jews of Timbuktu. And what I did was, you know, I got the main parts of this book that was more edifying, because dealing with that rabbi. Okay, now you have Abraham, you have Mordecai, Isaac. Basically, it was a family of men. But these are all Israelites in West Africa. You know, I want to say Mordecai is the rabbi, if I'm not mistaken, but basically they had a genealogy, you know. They kept their genealogy, but they knew who we were. You know, I even had an image of him, man. And maybe the Lord will allow me to find it, or I'll, you know, print out another one. But I had an image of that man, you know, once again, it was Mordecai or Abraham, you know. And I hate I don't have it on me now, bro, because I would show it. But what I'll do, Lord will come back and I'll show an image of him. Since I brought him up, you know, I'm mentioning him now. Lord will, I'll find that picture for you. Okay? Yeah, I don't have it on me. I don't know what the hell I deal with it. But that's okay. It's all good. But the Jews of Timbuktu. Basically, what I did, I translated what that man was talking about. Pretty much, he left a record. He left a record, and it was found in Timbuktu. And I'm gonna read some of this. Like I said, bro, when you check out this book, it was a reference book, so I couldn't, you know, check the book out. I had to translate everything at the library. But the book is written in French. Everything is in French. Okay. So once again, they give you genealogies in that book. But what I did was I translated the primary parts that I needed, you know, to do a video on. Wow, man, this is amazing. And you know, the Wadi Habashim al-Shai, I numbered the pages as well. You know, so if you ever check that book out, let's say you buy the book or whatever the case may be, the pages you want to look for are page 30. I numbered the pages, you know, page 30 and also page 31. And once again, this is the name of the book right here, but it's in French, you know, The Jews of Timbuktu. Now, we're going to read page 30, all right? Page 30, second paragraph. You know what? I got to start at the top to get the point. In the Bible, 2R5:12, Abana is given as a river of Damascus. And Abana or Anabana is mentioned in Portugal or in Portugal. You got to forgive me, man. I was translating this, and like I said, it was written in French. Now it says Anabana is mentioned in Portugali Monumenta Histórica a Século 8 post Christum usque ad quintum decimum 74, Scarlet Labrino 75. Also cites a Calpurnari Calpurnia Abana Aboso or Abioso, who raised an altar to the nymphs in Orense, Galatia, or Galatia, Salakia. According to Jose Pedro Mercado, page 76, Abana would be a derivative of Abanar, of which he is a regressive form. A text of a document of 13 centimeters by 8 centimeters is the only signed piece of Anabani in the funds of manuscripts of Timbuktu. In the funds of manuscripts of Timbuktu. And these are Hebrew manuscripts. This document, whose legibility is generated by the superposition of an Arabic text, is a letter written by French by Abana and addressed to a certain Hazez, a North African merchant from Timbuktu. Now, they have it in Arabic and also Hebrew, which Arabic really is a form of Hebrew anyway. You know, when you read Arabic, Arabic is basically, you know, a certain form of Hebrew. All right. But yeah, bro, and Lord willing, I can revisit this, but I want to speed this up as much as I can to show everything that I have in front of me. Now you have what's called Yehud coinage. All right. If you don't know what that is, you should look it up. It's the coins that were minted going back during the time of the Medo-Persian Empire. Up until when the Greeks were coming into power, you had our people, they would make certain coins, you know, and on their coins you would see their faces. You know, the faces of our people. You know, this is the Israelite right here. And well, on the other side, it's supposed to be a bird. It may be an eagle, you know, if I'm not mistaken. But also, they have Hebrew on this stone. Once again, this is the Israelite right here. Look it up. It's called Yehud coinage. This is the Israelite on one side. So you can say this the face of the coin, or this is heads. You can call this tails, all right? You know? So this the front and this the back. You know, the Israelite face on the front and on the back. I want to say this is an eagle, and basically this is Hebrew writing. Hebrew writing on that coin. You know, and it looks like it says Yahweh right here, if I'm not mistaken, you know? But this is in the Paleo. And once again, the Yehud coinage was minted during the time of the Medo-Persian Empire up until when the Greeks came into power. And I'm going to show you that transition. You're going to see the coins change right before you. You know? And you had certain high priests during this particular time, okay? You had certain high priests during this time. You know, a man by the name of Hezekiah, a man by the name of Joshua. And when you look at this coinage, look at their eyes and look at their noses. Now these coins are old, but these faces on these coins have broad features. Okay, broad features. Wide eyes, broad noses, broad lips. Okay. Show another coin here. And these do not look like so-called white people. Once again, Yehud coinage. Look it up. Yehud coinage. Yehud going back to Yahweh. All right. We wrote and spoke the Hebrew. And Esau Edom knows it. They know it. So much proof showing who we are, man. And the truth is coming out so much right now, we don't have to show this like that, but you know what? We do it anyway because we love to do it. Yehud coinage. All right, and that's similar to the first one I showed. Okay, very similar. Another coin right here. And this goes back to the BC era, man. Okay? Between 5 and 400 BC. Between 5 and 400 BC. And then the Greeks came on the scene. You think about the 300s BC. Okay? But the Yehud coinage, Yehud going back to the word Yahweh, this was made during the time of the Medo-Persian Empire up until when the Greeks came into power. Okay, during that time period. Look at that face, look at that nose, look at those lips on this side. This is the heads of the coin. All right, look at this side. This is the tails of the coin. And I want to say this one right here, this may be a lily. You know, this could be a lily. I know on certain of our coins in the ancient world, we would have a lily or we would have a pomegranate. You know, we would have a palm tree, things that remind us of our land, okay? But nonetheless, you see that face and you see the Hebrew writing on this coin right here. But we don't know the Hebrew, huh? You know, he's showing that our people in the ancient world believed in it. They believed in it, though. Show another coin. All right, this is heads, this is tails. Okay, look at that face, the broad features. And I want to say on this side, it's a bird. It may be an eagle. We're showing you Esau, Edom. They're not even original when it comes to the eagle. They steal every damn thing, man. You know, now they represent the eagle, you know, exalt themselves, you know, their pride, you know, they're pompous, you know, they want to see everything. They want to believe they're the most high. The way they look down on the earth, the way they prey upon people, you know. But Israel, we would use the eagle too, you know. You see that face. And you see this side right here, you see tails, and you see the Hebrew writing on that coin. And it's the Paleo. That's Paleo Hebrew. Another coin right here. And once again, when you see these faces, it's two men in particular that became high priests during that time when these coins were created. A man by the name of Hezekiah. Hezekiah was one of them. Now I said Joshua, but really, I'm remembering now. I'm starting to remember. The other man was John. When in Hebrew, Yawachanan. You know, Yawachanan. And I want to say, the way you say Hezekiah, is it Hezekiah? You know Hezekiah, but you know in the Hebrew. It is similar to Ezekiel, you know, but I want to say it's Hezekiah, as we get the word Hezekiah, or name Hezekiah, okay? But those are the two men that were on these coins, you know, Yehud coinage. Look at that face. Look at that face. This is heads. Look at those broad features. Look at that nose. Look at those eyes. Look at those lips. Look at his hair. It looks like he has an afro. This is heads. This is tails. This may be an eagle, you know. It looks like a bird, you know what I'm saying? But I believe it's an eagle. And you see Hebrew writing on this coin. It's Hebrew writing right there. Now remember, the Yehud coinage, this was minted from when the Medo-Persians was in power up until when the Greeks came in power. Now, first you saw our face on the coin. Now you're going to see Esau's face on the coin. Now I'm going to say this. We were not ruling during the time of the Medo-Persian Empire. The Medes and the Persians are heathens. They were ruling. The Medes are the people of Japhet today. The Persians are the East Indians. You know, the people of Elam. The people that got those dots on their heads, you know, people that's in these different convenience stores, you know, in North America. They own these different gas stations. That's Elam. Okay? That's who was over us during the time of the Medo-Persian Empire. But they still allowed us to know who we are, to keep our customs, to even have our face on the coin. But guess what? When this damn Edomite came into power, when the Greeks came into power, they ain't let us do shit. You know? Now this supposed to be Ptolemy. This supposed to be Ptolemy right here. Now, you saw us on the coin at first, but Esau came to power like, nah, you Israelites can't have shit. You know, Ptolemy, who was the Edomite that was over Egypt. That's where you get the story of Cleopatra and all that. You know, the woman Cleopatra, she was an Edomite. You know, that was not a Hamitic woman. You know, but you got the Ptolemaic dynasty. You know, these were Edomites. Look at the face. That looks like an Edomite. Look at this face. You turn around and you look at this face. These are two different people. These are two different people. Remember, the Edomites, well, they're called, what does it say in Genesis, dealing with Cain? A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. You know? Esau, Edom completely embodies that spirit because they are the people of Cain. You know? So they're a fugitive from justice, and they're pretty much what's called culture vultures. They're known for taking people's identity and their way of life. You see on this side, you see an Israelite face, and you see how we got the symbol of the eagle, and then Esau, Edom came into power, you know, by way of the Greeks. This is Ptolemy right here, and you see the eagle. You know, this damn near remind you of a quarter. You know, when you look at George Washington, it damn near remind you of that. You know, but yeah, man, Esau, Edom, they were not the first to be doing this, and this shows you. When we finally get you damn crackers and slavery, when we finally get you under our feet, we're not going to have any mercy on Esau, Edom. We're not going to have no mercy on you because y'all won't let us do anything, man. Here it is. At least the Medes and the Persians, they let us keep our face on the coin. Like damn, but you wouldn't let us have that. Y'all came into power. You put your face in the place of our face, you know? Look at this right here, and you look at this. This is Jake. This is Israel, you know, representing Judah, Benjamin, Levi. And then you see Esau, Edom, devil ass, you know. Another coin dealing with Ptolemy. Right here. Look at that nose. It looked like a so-called white man nose. You know, you can barely see his lips. You know, that's how Edomites look. Okay, and you see the symbol of the eagle right here. Okay, but you know what? Even on this coin, showing you Esau, Edom, they know about the Hebrew. They just took over everything. But there's even Hebrew writing on this coin. You know, this man is something else, bro. There's Hebrew writing on this coin. Look at that. That's Hebrew. So you other camps, y'all may not believe in the Hebrew, but Esau, Edom does. Another coin right here, dealing with the Ptolemies. And you notice they have their face to the side. Our face is showing in the front. You know, basically the spirit of Jake is like, we don't got nothing to hide. But Esau, Edom showing the side of his face, you know. Showing the side of your face. But Jake is just up front with you when you look at us. But that's it on the Yehud coinage. That's enough of that. Let's go to something else. All right. Now, and to Wadi Yahweh Shai, blessing me to remember all this, you know. It ain't this damn tea. You know what I'm saying? But it's a long video, so ain't as concise as I thought. And really, I could be here. I mean, if I wanted to, I could be here for like 4 hours, but I'm not gonna do that. You know, I'm not gonna be here for 4 hours. If I want to, you know, I know this. I believe the spirit to be on me. I believe the spirit to be on me to do it, but I'm not gonna do that. This is as concise as it's coming out to be. I wanted it to be shorter, but hey, spirit took control, man. The spirit took the wheel. Now, there was skeletal remains. There was a skull found in the land of I want to say Jericho. All right. It was in Jericho or it was in Gilead, but there was a skull found in the land where the tribe of Benjamin used to live. You know, there was skeletal remains. There was a skull found within this particular region where it's not Issachar, excuse me, where the tribe of Benjamin used to live. The tribe of Benjamin today are the so-called West Indians, and Esau, Edom reconstructed that skull, and they had scientists come together and reconstruct the face of that man, whom that skull, belonged to. They reconstructed that head, they reconstructed that skull, and they reconstructed the face of how that man will look today. And when you look at that man, to me, he resembles Mike Tyson a little bit, Once again, this was a skull. Either it was found in Jericho or Gilead, if I'm not mistaken. But it was found within a land that belonged to Benjamin. It's where the tribe of Benjamin used to live. And when I look at this man, he reminds me of Mike Tyson, which Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, the retired boxer, he's actually a Benjaminite, Mike Tyson is a Benjaminite, you know what I'm saying? But when you look at this man, he resembles a Benjaminite, Yeah, man. And this all shows you and shows us, all right? This shows us that the history of this world, the history of the planet Earth is contained in the Bible, okay? Everything we read about is contained in the scriptures. Or everything we living through, It's the living word. This word is alive, man. Now, some of y'all know about this, some of you may not, but there were Israeli archaeologists, basically Edomites. They found skeletal remains throughout the land of Israel. And it proves that we're the Israelites. I showed this years back. I'm showing it again. I don't care, But there will be an Israelite man and an Israelite woman. And basically, this represented our people. These are the skeletal remains of our people from the Hellenistic period. From the time period when the Greeks came into power. Beginning with Alexander the Macedonian, and his 4 generals. Esau, Edom found skeletal remains of our people that became Hellenized. Look at that man right there. And look at the woman. Look at her lips. Look at her lips, man. That's an Israelite woman right there, All right, and this is from 2009 when this information came out. And that's called Black Like Me? ? Black Like Me? Israeli researcher reconstructs ancient Jewish faces. What you see right here. And this was done by the Tel Aviv University. So it says Tel Aviv University researcher reconstructs ancient Israelite faces. And I'm going to read this. I can make it quick, Lord willing. Lord willing, I'm going to make it quick. All right. Now, this is published in January 18, 2009. Professor Eugene Kobyliansky keeps 2 busts in his office. One represents the face of an average male Jew in ancient Israel from 332 to 37 BC, the time of the Greeks. The other is a composite face for Jewish women from the ancient Roman era. So really, to be more precise, the face of the man or the bust of the man, or his upper body, is from the time of the Greeks. But the woman, her bust that was reconstructed, that's from the time of the Romans. The man from the time of the Greeks, the woman from the time of the Romans. All right? And Salakia from slurring my words, But anyway, it says one represents the face of an average male Jew in ancient Israel from 332 BC to 37 BC. The other is a composite face for Jewish women from the ancient Roman era, 37 BC to 324 They have CE, but we'll say AD. All right. It's like looking into a time machine, going back 2,000 years to visit these people, to visit our people, because that was us. Says Kobe Leonsky. Kobe Leonsky of the Sackler Faculty of Medicine at Tel Aviv University is the first researcher in the world to provide facial reconstructions of what Jews look like in the land of Israel before their exile into the diaspora, because the diaspora took place after 70 AD, after the Roman Jewish wars. We were scattered from our land. Okay? Kobe Leonsky of the Sackler Faculty of Medicine at Tel Aviv University is the first researcher in the world to provide facial reconstruction of what Jews look like in the land of Israel before their exile into the diaspora, using bone measurements collected from skulls at Jewish burial sites at Ein Gedi near the Dead Sea and Jordan River. Kobe Leonsky created plastic molds on which to base the facial reconstructions. The technique was made possible through a unique forensics lab in Moscow at the Institute of Ethnology and Anthropology of the Russian Academy of Sciences, which uses the most up-to-date software in anthropological facial reconstruction to recreate facial features from craniums with about 70% accuracy. Now it says Mediterranean features with African traits. We're not Africans. We ain't no damn Africans, man. We Israelites, okay? We are the Israelites. The skulls of a male from the Hellenistic period and a female from the Roman period were reconstructed. Based on its facial reconstruction, the male skull might have belonged to a large Mediterranean group that inhabited the area from historic to modern times. Well, guess what? Our people are from the Mediterranean. Not goddamn Edomites, you know. That's associated with our people, man. Now, I showed the icon of our forefather Andrew earlier, okay, which is Simon Peter's brother. You know, the spirit of the Mediterranean. You think about that crystal blue water. You know, you think about boats. You think about houses near the water. Esau Edom ain't come up with that. People liking the fish, you know, a fish being a main part of your diet, aside from fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts, seeds. Aside from that, having fish, you think about the Mediterranean, that's a thing of Jake, man. You crackers ain't come up with that. You know? So speaking about the Mediterranean, that goes back to our people. You know? The Mediterranean. It goes back to us. Now it says, the female skull also exhibits all the Mediterranean features. Because what people say when they speak about Yahweh Shai, well, he was olive colored. You know? Well, you know what? You got black olives. You got dark olives. The Lord wasn't green. You crackers are the fucking devil, man. That's why when we finally get you, man, we're going to get you. Okay? You know, you can't make this up, but you know what? You cannot fight against the truth. Like the beloved Elder Pastor Hart said years ago, the gates of hell should not prevail against the kingdom of heaven. The gates of hell represent the wicked leadership. You know, it represents Esau Edom. These wicked elite banking families, they're the gates of hell. You know, the leadership of death. You know, Esau Edom, especially the ones in power, they will not prevail against the truth. The kingdom of heaven began with this truth, this knowledge. You know, you can't fight against it, man. It's overcoming you. Ain't shit you can do about it, cracker. All right? So, reading on, man. The female skull also exhibits all the Mediterranean features, but in addition, there are probably, what it say? Now it says some African traits, but we not African. But I'm gonna show this on the camera. What says this? Some African traits, really Israelite traits. You look at this woman, look at her nose, look at them lips, bro. Look at her eyes. Even this man right here, look at his nose, look at his lips. Now his nose is a little straight, you know, but you got a lot of Jakes with straight noses, you know, but his nose is still broad. Look at his eyes. Look at them eyes, bro. Them Jake eyes, bro. You know, his eyes are a little lowly. You know what I'm saying? And some Jake got wider eyes, but those are Israelite features. It's Israelite features, okay? Now, where we at? There are some, there are probably some African, really Israelite traits, because you know what they want to say, but they're the devil. They're gonna go so far in giving you the truth, then they're gonna pull back on you. You know what I'm saying? It's a bait and switch, because ultimately they still want to be us. You not us, cracker. Y'all not us. And like Elder Bunyan gonna be saying down here, y'all hate us because you ain't us, man. You hate us because you ain't us. All right, now it says, reading on, as manifested by the shape of the nose and face. There are probably some African traits, really Israelite traits, as manifested by the shape of the nose and face. And this is not something that we need as proof, because you really got to just believe, you know. Really, you know, it takes faith, you know, to believe that we the Israelites, because we lost everything. So it begins with faith, but the Lord does have information out here for us. Okay, he does give us proof. You know, the Lord will use Esau, Edom, the devil himself, his archaeologists, to go all around the earth, even within our land, to go within the land of Israel, you know, and dig up, you know, skeletal remains of our forefathers and foremothers. They reconstruct those bodies and find out, oh shit, that's them. They know the people that's over here in the Americas, especially North America, they know we the Israelites, man. But I'm saying especially North America because the bulk of the tribes are here. The bulk of the tribes are in Babylon the Great, the New Egypt, you know? So you got to imagine that scares the shit out of these top scientists and archaeologists, anthropologists, top scholars. You know, this scared the hell out of them. The fact that we the Israelites, they're like, oh, hell no. You know, we're those people. We the people of the book. You know, and Thawadi, how about Shimei Shai for really hiding the truth? Although, you know, they've been new, but certain things have been lost. And the Lord, he didn't allow this man to just fully go all out, so to speak. As far as like, for example, taking the skeletons of some of our forefathers, putting them in a museum. Because I was speaking about Egypt earlier, you know. I was speaking about Egypt, and think about our forefather, right? Our forefather Joseph. He told our other forefathers, you know, well, his father Jacob, you know, and Jacob's the father of the rest of the sons too. He had told Jacob, Yaquab, and the rest of you know, Jacob's sons to carry his bones back to the land of Canaan. Because he didn't want to be connected to them damn Egyptians. Because we don't got nothing to do with them fucking people, man. You know? So, you know, and the Lord was with that. The Lord was with that charge, you know, as far as, you know, Joseph having Jacob and the other sons bring back his skeleton to, you know, to land of Canaan. Okay? You know? And you think about it, see, if Esau Edom had it his way, he will put, you know, the body of Joseph in a damn museum, the body of Moses in a damn museum, the body of King David in a damn museum. This fucking devil, he would embalm your body, which the Egyptians did that, you know. A lot of people have been embalming people. There's nothing new. You know, people do it for the process of having a funeral burial, you know, burying the body and preserving the body, because that's the purpose of it. But that goes back to the ancient world, you know. Hey, you got the northern tribes. You got the northern tribes here in the Americas. They practice the process of mummification. Where do you think they got that from? Because our people were slaves in Egypt, and those damn Egyptians, they would mummify people. They would embalm people. But you know, talking about Israel, talking about our people, because we the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, you gotta say the water, how about Shem Yahushai, that the Lord didn't allow this man to just you know fully just go all out. Now he went out, you know, doing what he did to us. But if he had it his way, he would put the body of Moses in the museum, the body of Joseph in the museum, you know, the body of King David, you know, they would do all that, you know. To put you on display, and you know, which we are on display, you know. When you look at us here in America, you know, it's a public show and it's a social experiment. But you still got to say to Wadi Yahweh Shai for blessing us to still be his people and not allowing this man to just completely desecrate our heritage, man. You know, but there are tons of proof. You got scientists reconstructing skeletal remains of our foreparents, you know? And that's all we need on this, bro. I mean, I'll be here all night. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that because I'm going to camp later. You know, but yeah, man. And it's the same image here. You know, it's just more clear and it's a little bit darker. Okay? The same image, basically. You know? Yeah, man. So that's that. And what I did, I had actually I found a way to get the PDF, and really I wasn't supposed to get it, you know, but I ended up getting it anyway. Cause really the Lord blessed me to get it. It was really hard to get. But yeah, man. When you look at this right here, hold up. Let me find the first page of this document. Here we go. Now this is the document for this research. Facial image of biblical Jews from Israel. Showing you we are who we say we are. And when you go into this PDF file, and these are pages 167, 167 to 190. Now this is on page 179. This is the skull of that man, you know, that was reconstructed, you know. And Esau Edom gets all into it, man. They go deep into it, you know. Blood samples, and I mean they just get all into it, man. Being able to pull up the genealogy of the man and the woman, you know. They'll push carbon dating. Carbon dating is not fully accurate. But I'm just showing all this to show that they know and they've been knew who we are. So that was the skull of the man. Let me see if we can pull up another image. Okay, bear with me. Baruch Shah. And they show you a map of the land of Israel, proving that they found that skull in the land of Israel. Okay. Yeah, to the best of my ability, man, I be wanting to get my scribe on. But for some reason, man, I'm not able. Oh, here we go. Since I said that, Lord bless me to find it. This is that same man. Okay. And once again, this was during the Hellenistic period. So this will be an Israelite from the Hellenistic period, okay? During the time of the Greeks. You know? Now let's show that woman. Pull her up. It's on page 182. This is the skull of the woman. All right. And this is the facial reconstruction. Okay, you can't get around that. You can't get around. This is on page 183. Look at those eyes. Look at that nose. Look at that nose and look at those lips. You see? And we'll be here. You know, if we just want to get into everything, we'll be here all night. But like I said, you know, my hope is the Lord willing make it to camp. You know? Yeah, it show you the land of Israel. See, they got all into it, bro. Esau, Edom got all into it. But they looked into something that really does not benefit them. This only benefits us. That's why it's important for us to get into these things. Now, we read that in Job 8:8. Prepare thyself for the search of their fathers. We read Jeremiah 6:16. You know, seek the old paths. That's what this entire lesson has been about. You know, seeking the old paths, man. So that was that. All right. The reconstruction, you know, of the faces, you know, of one of our forefathers and foremothers. All right. And once again, I had mentioned Fort Ouida earlier, which is in West Africa. And this is one of the images here. Okay. And I printed this out in 2016. And it's a large gathering of Israelites at this fort. At this fort, which is in West Africa. Okay. And if you look at the bottom here, it says Ouida. That's French for Judah. All right. That's French for Judah. So, you know, we're going to get ready to draw this to a closing, man. You know, Lord willing, you were edified. We are definitely the Israelites the Bible speaks of, and our people are scattered all throughout the world, man. You know, we're everywhere. Okay. Not only in certain parts of Africa, you know, West Africa, North Africa, you know, I believe you got Israelites in South Africa too. But man, we all over the planet. You got the northern tribes in South America, Central America, you know, Mexico, North America, South America. Well, South America, you know. We everywhere though, you know, Canada, but also all throughout the world. Okay? We everywhere. And the proof is, this is why you have these Israelite camps popping up all over the earth. You got all these brothers, man. You know? Because we about to go home. Another thing too, because I had mentioned how our people are associated with greatness. That's why it's important to look up icons. Now, dealing with that research, that Israeli researcher reconstructing the faces of an Israelite man and Israelite woman whose remains were found in the land of Israel, they spoke about, you know, Russia. You know, the name Russia came up. Well, guess what? You have what's called Russian icons. A lot of y'all know about that. Okay? But see, this is also why we showed some of these images here, which predate the Russian icons. Once again, Dura Europos, you know, that synagogue, the icons in it, this predates even the Russian icons. And the Russian icons are very good. We use those too, you know. But see, this is even older than that. And you have icons that are older than this, you know. If we want to, we can just keep reaching back. Like we can keep reaching back and finding stuff. But Lord willing, this is enough in this video. And with us being associated with greatness, when you look at our foreparents, you look at our forefathers, us being associated with greatness, this proves that not only is salvation coming, because we're hoping in that salvation, but also spiritual power is coming. All right? Spiritual power is coming. Brother's going to get that power soon, man. You know? I tell you what, I'm going to read one scripture and close this thing out. We in the Apocrypha, Authorized King James Version. We're going to go to Wisdom. Let's go to Wisdom. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. Chapter 3, we're going to read verse 1 and jump down to verse 5. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High. Who are the righteous? As of right now, the elect of Israel. But in the kingdom, it's going to be all Israel. And there shall no torment touch them. Okay? Meaning you brothers are blessed forever. You brothers and sisters are blessed forever. Now, verse 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. Very soon you're going to receive everything. Okay? You brothers and even you few sisters out there. You know, but beginning with you brothers. For the Heavenly Father proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. Because we're all sacrifices to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. So the fact that, you know, we as a people are associated with greatness, we're the same people that our Heavenly Father brought out of the land of Egypt, and he gonna do it again, all right? This modern day Egypt, which is America, the fact that we're associated with this greatness, when you look at the icons of our forefathers, how they looked, you know, and there's images of our foremothers too. You know, there's different books out there. You know, beloved Apostle Tahar, he mentioned that book that he calls The Dagger. All right. But the fact that we're associated with all that greatness and all that power is coming. And honestly, we got the power now. That's how we're able to go through this information. But also spiritual power is coming. The manifestation on a physical level of what we have in the spirit. This is coming next. All right? Because you got to remember, you think about our forefathers. Wait, Moses and Aaron. When they did those different plagues in Egypt, those plagues were spiritual power. You know? The plague of the frogs, the plague of the flies, the lice, the turning the waters into blood, you know, the death of the livestock, you know, you name it. That was all spiritual power. The death of the firstborn. Before that, the plague of darkness, which is a blackout. It was a blackout all over the land of Egypt, except for where the children of Israel dwelt. You know, it was light in our dwellings, you know. But when Moses and Aaron performed, those were acts of spiritual power. That's coming back in a very big way. Okay? We think about Moses and Aaron. You think about King David. You think about Elijah. They had spiritual power. You think about King David's mighty men. They had spiritual power. You think about Samson. Taking out in an army, whole armies of the Philistines with the jawbone of a donkey. There was spiritual power. All right? And a lot of our other forefathers as well. Hey, our main forefather, okay, where my sword at? Our main forefather, Yahushai himself, he had spiritual power. You know? So that's coming back to this planet Earth in a very big way. Okay, so I pray y'all edify, man. I'm not gonna take up no more of your time because we've been here for almost 3 hours, you know. But I believe we proved the point here in this lesson, you know. Now, just in case if there are any closing scriptures that I can get, you know, I'll look. Okay, well, someone said, if I may say, they blur out the pic the closer you get. Shalom. Well, see, you know what? I was so into it, I didn't even know the whole time. I'm doing all this talking, you know. But yeah, I thought it was showing clearly. Well, let me ask this: were all the icons blurry? You know, was everything blurry? You know, brothers and sisters can let me know. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, though. You know. I mean, but what I can do, Lord will come back and I'll do other videos on this topic. But I just wanted to go live, you know, when it came to this, you know, because even if some of the images were blurry, Lord willing, you've seen some of them. And then some of them, if not all of them, this information you can look up for yourself. As our apostles taught us, you know, you do your own research. You do your own research. You know, don't take our word for it. You can look all this up for yourself. And you know, it'll feel better that way because you did your own homework, so to speak. You worked for it. Rather than it just being given to you, you actually earned it. And that's what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is showing us. Okay? You know, we're earning it. You know, that's the hope and goal of this thing of ours. All right. So with that, I'll get, if it matches, bro, if I get something that match, I'll get 1 or 2. Yeah, yeah, bro. That's that damn Hamite name. Teuton Common. Tutankhamun, you know, saying it as good as I can. Okay, which, you know, our forefathers, they brought greatness into Egypt, man. You know, when you think about our forefather Abraham, you know, our forefather Abraham, he brought greatness into Egypt, man. You know, our forefather Joseph, you know, he brought greatness into Egypt, but just Israel as a whole, we made Egypt great. Once again, when you look at those treasure cities, those pyramids, okay, all that greatness in Egypt and, you know, the sciences and even the hieroglyphics, you know, that goes back to us, bro. Now, Ham was there, you know, I mean, they were there, but really Israel, we make every civilization great. Every empire that's been on this planet Earth, Israel made it what it was, bro. Israel made it a powerhouse on the earth. We did that through the power of the Lord, you know. Really, the Lord using his people, you know what I'm saying? But them Egyptians ain't all that, bro. You know? So, I don't see any scripture that I can use as a closing. Okay, I see something now. Now, this is by only the elect. This is by only the elect. Second Ezra. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. Right. And that's going to happen when Yahweh Shai come back and destroy this place. By thermonuclear missiles and by the laser beams from the chariots. All right. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. Okay? That's happening now. One of my favorites, baby. Hey, Psalm 85 and 11. Truth shall spring out the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. That's happening. Mainly from the scriptures, and the Lord having his men, his servants, the prophets, convey his message, but also these lost findings, this hidden history, this archaeology, ancient artifacts, Hebrew inscribed on rocks and, etc. Tablets and, just different things, man, what we brought out in this lesson, different frescoes. All this is a part of that because it's proven who we are. As well as the Lord put the spirit on Esau, Edom to go as far as to reconstruct the skulls and the faces of our foreparents, man. This thing is deep, Yeah, man. So with that, man, I pray this is edifying, Hey, look at this dude, man. This dude look like Tyson. Hey, the Lord had Esau, Edom reconstruct his face, man. A Benjaminite, We are the Israelites, bro. Damn what anybody else talking about. We the Israelites. So-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right? We the Israelites the Bible speaks of. So with that, say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakudash. Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstones, still well. He's the best of the house of David the elect. Shalom. Wa Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakudash, Babakusha, 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 Abad Babal. Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.